An elderly woman went to the grocery store one afternoon and carefully picked out the most expensive brand of cat food she could find. She adored her cat and believed her little companion deserved nothing but the best. At the checkout counter, she proudly said to the cashier, "Only the finest for my kitten." The cashier hesitated and said politely, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but store policy requires proof that you actually own a cat. Some elderly customers have been known to buy pet food for themselves, so we need to be sure." Annoyed but determined, the old lady went home, fetched her cat, and brought it back to the store. Seeing the cat, the cashier finally let her buy the cat food. The next day, wanting to spoil her dog as well, the woman returned and placed a dozen of the most expensive dog biscuits on the counter. Once again, the cashier frowned. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'll need proof that you have a dog too. Some people have been eating these themselves." Fuming, the old lady went home, brought back her dog, and finally got the biscuits. On the third day, she came back yet again, this time carrying a small box with a hole in the lid. She set it on the counter and said sweetly, "Would you please put your finger through that hole?" The cashier backed away. "Oh no, ma'am, you might have a snake in there." "Oh, don't be silly," said the old lady. "There's nothing in there that can hurt you." Reluctantly, the cashier stuck her finger into the hole, then quickly pulled it out, wrinkling her nose. "Ugh, that smells like crap." Beaming, the old lady replied, "Exactly. Now could I please buy 3 rolls of toilet paper?" A man came home early and caught his wife in bed with one of his closest friends. Fuming, he hauled the man outside and gave him a sound thrashing. When he stomped back in, his wife looked up and said, "Cool as you like. Keep that up and you won't have any friends left." A husband and wife were out on the golf course one afternoon when out of the blue the wife asked, "Honey, if I died, would you get married again?" The husband smiled and said, "No, sweetheart, of course not." She gave him a skeptical look. "Oh, I'm sure you would." He hesitated, then sighed. "All right, maybe I would." She pressed on. "Would you let her sleep in our bed?" He shrugged. "I suppose so. And would you let her use my golf clubs?" She asked. The husband quickly replied, "No way, she's left-handed." 2 friends were chatting, and one of them said, "Man, I hate when doctors ask those awkward questions like, 'Are you sexually active?'" The other laughed and said, "Yeah, depends what you mean by active. There are plenty of active volcanoes out there that haven't exploded in 50 years."